They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. Here's Carter now on the return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. 7 yards to pick up there. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates. I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Check, check, lucky.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
47 Mike, 47.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Hey. Mike's 47.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Mike Gesicki, 59 yards. And the Dolphins are going to take a first quarter lead. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. To speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally down at the 41-yard line.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown? So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Eric Rowe. And the Dolphins force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well, and they took the shot downfield.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan.
So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a yardage on the return.
And he's going inside the 20 at the 15.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off Byron Jones.
And the Dolphins are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run. But that was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
56 Mike. 56.
Play action. Now it's Tua. And this one is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Well, this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. And they'll try for it here on 4th. Bridgewater and company stay out there. That's to his running back, complete. A solid stiff arm. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. First down, Bridgewater. Right side, it's Hamler pulling it in. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Remind you in just a couple of minutes we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. 42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This is Gordon. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Melvin Gordon from 17 yards out. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment that allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
Here's Carter now on the return. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. We've got a little more than a minute to go, and I think the offense is saying, hey, all we need here, a field goal, and we can take the lead into intermission.
Well, I think that's what the goal should be. Give your kicker a chance to give you those 3 points. But in the meantime, if someone falls asleep on the defensive side, you might take advantage of that and get a big shot downfield, too.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, it's Tua. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Tua setting up shop to throw again.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Parker. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Tua. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on it's the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on it's the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. Sanders' kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Both teams likely making their final adjustments before the second half. So, time for us to go back downstate to Miami and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And they got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they hit the ball before it went 10 yards. I know that's tough, but you got to stay disciplined.
It is difficult because you're so eager to go get the football. It's that type of a play, but you're exactly right. Have to have the discipline to let it go 10 first.
Bridgewater's throw into the hands of Fan. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is taken in by Hamler for a Bronco touchdown. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you can just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Bridgewater will try and throw. And that is caught for the 2 points. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now Tua. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. On first down, Tagovailoa. He'll check this down to Johnson. Takes this to the 45. Got a little space after that nice move. To throw again on 2nd down. Tua throwing the out route incomplete. It's Parker. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Tua to throw again. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And he's got his tight end Gesicki in the end zone. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will put them on top here in the third.
16.
Touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay,
and Bridgewater intercepted for the third time. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 41. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And this will be swung out for Lindsey. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Worth noting, that visiting sideline is getting the worst of the sun right now. It can definitely play a factor, especially because the other sideline is in full shade. And again, it's Tagovailoa. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
A third quarter now, and a one-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
He's going to find his tight end. That's Hunter Long. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Worth noting, that visiting sideline is getting the worst of the sun right now. It can definitely play a factor, especially because the other sideline is in full shade. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Tua going to throw. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. So taking a risk here early in the new year. They're going to go for it. Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Broncos are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left them no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater sets up the screen to Gordon. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. To throw, Bridgewater. Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. And he's got some space here. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A huge play there for Denver. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
Come on, fellas.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Here's 2nd and 9. This quick pass complete to Sutton. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A throw left side, hold in by Hamler. Boy, how do you let a guy get that wide open in the 2-minute drill?
There's absolutely no way that that's coached or taught. That's an absolute complete breakdown on that play.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
I'm a little surprised right here. They got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
They'll run it with Williams. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Now Bridgewater. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. And that sack brings up 4th and goal, a loss of 7. Big play. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And it'll be all smiles on Blake Street tonight. The Broncos have won it. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.